Hello, this is Rebecca from A Humble Place, and I'm here again with my January 2024 Azure Standard Haul. This is the first one of the year. We just got back from picking it up. It's about 10 o'clock, and we unloaded the truck in balmy 28-degree weather with lots of snow and ice on the ground. So it's just one of the many parts to Azure, but it's nice to go to the unloads, the drops, and just talk to and be with some like-minded people, and we all chipped in and were able to unload the truck pretty quickly for a very large order. There was a little mishap. I think a jar of honey exploded for somebody from somebody else's order, and I think it was even from a previous drop before ours, so we were pretty fortunate. We didn't have a whole lot of honey on our stuff, but there was a lot of honey at the pickup. So yeah, I know Azure will make it right, but again, it's just one of those things that happens. So I'm going to start over here with this month's order. I got 10 pounds of the Grazier's raw medium cheddar, and that comes in two 5-pound blocks. And this will last us about a month and a half. I still have a little bit left from our last order, or 2 orders ago, so I shouldn't have to order this again next month. And then I decided to try some digestive enzymes. I saw them recommended somewhere, and thought that I would give them a try for myself. And I got 4 boxes of the Jovial gluten-free mac and cheese. This is just handy to have on hand for a quick meal. And I like the ingredients. They're very simple. It's just their brown rice pasta, which we really like, and then a cheese blend, and that's it. And then back here is a box of 5 pounds of the Azure Standard organic crinkle cut French fries. These don't have any oils or seasonings or salt or anything like that on them, so we can just make them however we want. And we'll have those occasionally with burgers grilled, and it's another nice quick meal. And then under that is 12 cans of the Eden organic pinto beans. And I've mentioned this before, but I really like the Eden brand because they soak their beans in, you can see some honey on this can. They soak all of their beans overnight and then use kombu to add a little bit more nutrients. So until I get into canning myself, I just buy their beans, and I like to have these on hand along with kidney beans and black beans for, I make a chili with all of these, and again, another convenience food. And then back here is 5 pounds of the dark chocolate chips, allergen-free. These are also fair trade. I wanted to get the coconut sugar chocolate chips, but they have been out of those for a couple months, so I'm going to keep adding those to my order until we're able to get them. And then I decided to try some of this coconut ice cream. I'm experimenting with going some dairy-free because I've been experiencing some health problems in the last couple of months. So I thought I'd try this. It was a little bit smaller than I thought it would be, but Azure still does have the best price. So if I like it and I decide to keep buying it, I'll get it in bulk next time just to save more money. And then I got 2 pounds of the transitional, which means that it's on its way to be organic, almond meal flour. I like to get organic for our nuts and beans and seeds because of, you know, the chemicals that are sprayed sometimes on those in order to get them to dry out more quickly. So I appreciate that I can get this at a slightly cheaper price than a full-on organic kind, and it works really well in all of our gluten-free baking. And then 3 jars of the Bubby's kosher dill pickles. These are lacto-fermented, and we have these with lunches, for snacks. I'll chop them up to make tartar sauce and anything else that requires pickles. And then I got 1 pound of garlic heads, and I'll hang this in our food stash area in a bag to get air, and that way it'll keep longer. And I'll link to the bags below. I use those also for our onions, and they keep things for a really long time. And then for my husband, I got 9 bottles of the water drops for sweetening or flavoring water. And then I got 6 jars of the Jovial organic diced tomatoes. I like that these come in glass, and they were on sale, so I got a good price on those. And then 2 pounds of the organic red bell peppers. These have been pretty expensive at our local store, so I'm really thankful that I can get them from Azure. Here, it is 20 pounds of the organic juice-dried apples, and I can't get that jar off with one hand. But you can see that, you know, they have minor imperfections. They're smaller in size, but we'll use these to make applesauce or dehydrated apple rings, and in a lot of cases they're in fine shape, so we'll even just eat them straight. And I think this box was at a discounted price of like $16 for 20 pounds of apples, so I was pretty happy with that. And then down here I got 3 bottles of the Dr. Bronner's Lavender Organic Hand Sanitizer. So this is a case where the Azure Cash really comes in handy. If you look at the product listings for each product on Azure, they have a section with bullet points where it tells you how much money you'll get back in Azure Cash, which you can use for future purchases. And these individual ones were about $4.40, I think, something like that, $40.60. But there was $1.40 or $1.70, I can't remember. I'll put the exact numbers below, that I got back in Azure Cash. So it worked out to be $3 something, which is a lot cheaper than I can get it in our local store. And then I got this last month. This is the Balm of Gilead Manuka Defense Healing Lip Balm. I really liked it. I still had the sale price in my cart, so I decided to get another one. And then I got a pound of the organic licorice root. This is dried. I use this to make a tea with ground up ginger that I freeze in bulk and then can just pull out tablespoon size. So I grind it up in my food processor and then freeze it in tablespoon sized portions. And then I can pull those out. So I use each 1 tablespoon for a glass of tea plus a teaspoon of licorice root and then a teaspoon of ashwagandha. And sometimes I'll add some and sometimes I'll add some gelatin to it or coconut oil. And that's just a nice tea break during the day. And then here I got 3 jars of the late July salsa. This was, I believe this was also on sale. I'm not positive though, but I like to stock up on this because we like it for snacking. And of course the February sales flyer. And then this is where the honey comes in. I don't know if you can see it, but that all in there is honey. So this is a case of 12 small jars of the Bio Nature tomato paste, which was also on sale. But it's just full of honey. So I got a lot of honey with my tomato paste, so I'll have to spend some time cleaning those off before I put them in our storage. I also ordered the Strauss vanilla ice cream and we didn't get it. It sells out really fast, especially when it's on sale. And then we also didn't get the coconut chocolate chips that I mentioned, but otherwise this was the majority of our order aside from the raisins. So if you have any questions about Azure Standard, I have a post on my website that I'll link to below that has a list of some of our favorite products there. I also include a list in my weekly newsletter of what's on sale and new things I want to try. And then it also talks about what Azure Standard is and how it works. So I'll link to that below and you can read that if you have questions, or you can drop any questions in the comments below, and we'll see you next month.